So I'm game. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go for it. Who do we got?
Okay. Okay. So this is Kiana Selby. I'm actually a small animal veterinarian, and my husband is an equine veterinarian, and we are actually preparing to expand the equine practice to include small animal,
Okay.
which is really scary given the current economic climate. But there's a really great need in our community. So that's just why I'm here. We are actually located in the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, in Jefferson County. So we're just north of DC, about an hour and a half. So that gives you a little bit of background, I guess.
North of DC, veterinary clinic, you said, or veterinary services? What specifically are you doing?
So my husband is a horse vet and I'm a small animal vet, and we are actually expanding his horse vet practice to include small animals. So we're preparing to lease a commercial site and start renovating it to prepare it to be a small animal veterinary hospital.
Okay, so a veterinarian hospital.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so let's ask here, number one, what is currently, as you look, are there any competition in the area? Is there anyone else that has any other veterinary hospitals, anything close to you, being here in north of DC, about an hour?
So in the direct community, it's a pretty small rural community. There are 3 other practices in the county, and one is a multi-doctor practice, so they have a high volume of clientele. The other 2 are single doctor practices, and so they handle a lower volume. However, they all have about 2 to 3 month waiting lists and are turning away new patients and have been for about 6 months because they're so far behind.
Awesome.
COVID blessed the veterinary industry because people were home and they adopted animals. So we've been really fortunate.
Okay, so it sounds like you're in a good situation as far as supply and demand. It's really just starting up and getting the word out. Is that kind of the key?
Yes, that is totally the key. And really I'm 44 and my husband's 43, trying to hit that younger age group, starting with clientele that will be with us for the long haul, not just, temporary, I need this, and they, check in and check out. So trying to draw in that younger generation. Also trying to build clientele that will last. Our primary focus is actually kindness. A lot of the veterinary practices in the county are getting a little money focused and losing the people focus. And that's really upsetting to a lot of people from the information I've gathered over the last 6 to 9 months. So we're really trying to bank on bringing a family-friendly, kind, environment that's also going to produce an income.
Okay, so that's what differentiates you.
Right.
All right, awesome. Now, what's the name? Do you have a name yet?
Yeah, so it's Selby Veterinary Services.
Okay. All right, and currently you're known, of course, for horses, right? Currently with your husband, but now you want to go to small animals, correct?
Correct. So dogs and cats.
Dogs and cats. Okay, across the board. Okay, and do you have marketing budget as far as to go out and to market in the area?
Oh, no, I'm not going to say I have anything written in stone. This is all very new to me. I've had 0 business classes. So I'm jumping in just on a prayer, trying to gather information as we go. So in terms of a budget, I do not have a number set in stone. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. I think that's where we dive in today. And like I said, later on, if any of you have just joined us, because with the mix up with our webinar today, we're actually going to shoot that content and send that off for those that are watching the replay later. But one of the things we're going to do for those that have shown up, they're able to catch this link today with our mix up. We're just going to serve you with strategy. So we'll get to you if you want to be served with some strategy here. I love that you started out number one, that we started out with a business. These principles will apply the same, whether it's nonprofit, whether it is a church, a little bit different in strategy, but it is the same. In your case, you have some really strong on the business side, is that there's a lot of, once again, demand, but not enough supply. So you just have the challenge of getting the word out. What I would do is I would look at, And as we're talking about recession proof today with all of us, something that all of us need to get, no matter what our circumstances, before we get to each and every one of you, as we talk to Selby here, is that you need to realize, number one, is there needs to be a lot of action. Action is the key. So right now in the midst of a recession, if from a business standpoint, you need to get out there, get the word out, lots of sales, lots of action. You want to really get out there and do some marketing. Now, you can take the approach of going on Facebook, on Instagram, reaching that younger audience. I know Janine may have some thoughts in the area of Instagram that we can speak into here, our creative director that's on with us. My thought is, number one, to go out and build with who you know, those relationships that your husband has, others. Find ways to connect and partner with those in the area that have, once again, the audience of a lot of dog lovers, cat lovers. I would go out really and touch, who are your animal shelters? Who are those that are pouring out to animals in the area? Who are taking it and make intention to get out and partner and let them know that you, Selby, now is going out and taking care of cats and dogs, and that we have a heart of kindness. We love our animals. Really get that out. Make the point of finding out to partner with some of those organizations to share. You could do something special. You could do some clinics. You could do some teaching. You could do some training. Also, you could put some momentum around that as far as on social media as well. Maybe something, if you want to do something fun, if there was a way that also to working with some of those, shelters, others, some of the breeders, others that are in the area, those that are serving, those that love dogs and cats, finding out a way that you could have something that would be like a free gift of sorts. Like, hey, we want to let you know that if you need anything from Selby, he'll give you this, or there's some type of free gift, free package, free marketing to get to them. So number one, I would look at partnerships, relationship, those that are in the area that are already pouring in. I don't know that it depends if you have the big, the big chains, whether it's big PetSmart, whether it's someone small, where are people going to buy their food and their cat food and their dog food and, everything along those lines. Find if there's some type of partnerships you could do with those stores, ways that you could get yourself out there. And then the next would be on the social media side. Janine, did you have any thoughts you want to step in on that side and kind of share, Selby, there?
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome, guys. Thanks so much for joining us today. So you'd mentioned that you're looking for, in terms of your target audience. I think that's what we assess first. And you'd mentioned you want to kind of build more clientele, and you were saying some younger families. Is that, did I hear that correctly?
Yes, you heard that correctly. Yes, trying to get out, branch out a little bit more to the younger clientele.
Okay, awesome. So if that is your target audience, that's the first thing we look at. And I would recommend going through Instagram to start that off. I'm not sure which social channel you prefer, but Instagram, TikTok, Facebook are the three main ones I would go after, especially for reaching that clientele. So one of the best ways to do this is, if you did Instagram, for example, or TikTok, is through Reels. Showing videos of your facility, maybe you and your husband taking care of the animals. There's something about animals on social media, especially if you showcase them. Maybe you did before and after photos or videos of maybe where they're at and how you nurse them back to health, or how you helped a family, any sort of thing with like sweet animals. That is going to build clientele very quickly. There's just something just amazing about animals, especially with horses, cats, dogs. People want to see that. And then testimonies, Jeff, like and any clients that you have who've worked with you, and if they can provide a testimony, that would be amazing. But that's one quick way to grow your clientele, is to basically show them the fruit, show them the animals that you have, and how you've helped animals. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, that makes sense. Yes, thank you. That's brilliant.
So are you on Instagram?
I am not. I actually had stepped back from all social media platforms for a while. We were kind of regrouping and trying to figure out how to kind of recreate ourselves. So that's the arena that I'm stepping into now. We're probably about 3 to 4 months away from opening. So I wanted to kind of start getting things out there now, to start kind of building up anticipation for clients.
I think that is very smart on your end. So what I would recommend doing then for this, as we go do this recession proof, It's especially as you're building your business. Before you actually build your business, you want to build your online presence. And to build your online presence, I would highly recommend starting immediately an Instagram account and a Facebook account, and link those two accounts together. And you can cross post. So essentially what you're just doing is you're just taking your content from Instagram and you're just bringing it to Facebook. And that's a great way to start off. Introduce yourself, show pictures, look at other veterinarian examples on Instagram, show reels. Reels are great because you could do music with reels. We can even help you in that sense in terms of content, but it's very important to have that social media presence because people are going to look for that, and they'll notice that. Also, a simple way to grow that online presence before you actually get your real place is to connect online through Instagram, and to connect with other local businesses, other churches, other nonprofits, other local businesses. Stay local first as you build your clientele, if that makes sense.
Yeah, total sense. And I do have very strong connections. I worked for a long time with animal control and the animal shelter. So I do have connections there already in place.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Once you get your Instagram account and you get that all set, just message PMF, Pro Media Fire, and then we'll get connected there too, just to help start to grow that.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.
Awesome, Selby. It's exciting. It's a great time to take your business to the next level. One of the things is this time, especially, you're in a great position. So we're excited to help on that end.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's exciting. Keep us posted on the growth, and please tag us on there as well.